Howdy, 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 and welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. And welcome, of course, back to the Radical Wasteland podcast. Sarah, how are you doing this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. Kind of had a crazy week here, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah, it sounded a little crazy. It's been crazy around here, but not as crazy, I think, as it sounded over there. The whole world is having a little bit of craziness right now.
Yeah, just a little.
Are we shocked? Or is
No.
it par for the course at this point for everything all the time, all at once? Is
Kind
that
of
the
like,
secret?
there's trouble in the Middle East again, whatever.
What? Again? I thought that was last week. Or the week before that. Or the week before that.
Yeah.
Or the week before that. I can keep going.
Long way back.
You know, it's almost like, just to kind of immediately jump us into today's thought, it's like they just keep rebooting the same thought over and over and over again.
Yes, exactly.
You know, speaking of reboots, and while we jump onto this, I'm of two minds with this new announcement that the new Planet of the Apes movie will be directed by Matt Shakman, and that it's happening at all. Not the fact that it's directed by Matt Shakman. Matt Shakman, great. Love what he's done with Monarch. Love what he's done with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, particularly. Of course, that one always sits my favorite. Love his work on Fantastic Four. Thought that was really solid. Especially the sci-fi elements. Maybe less Pedro, but hey, you know, we're at where we're at. Love Pedro, just not the right Mr. Fantastic. But of course, he did WandaVision, and that was kind of big. His one true thing he's been able to focus on outside of Fantastic Four. David, real quick, did ask, have you finished Paradise Season 2 yet?
I'm going to this week because we're supposed to talk about it next week.
Yep, I have to watch
it this week. I'm looking forward to it, actually.
It looks really good, and we will
come out. Some stuff about
Did
season
you see the teaser that I tagged you in on Twitter?
I didn't watch it.
Okay, me either. I didn't watch it. I just
want to until I get season 2 watched first.
But we will discuss that in a little bit for sure. With the Planet of the Apes, though, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes by Wes Ball was extremely well done. It was thoughtful. It continued the storyline of the trilogy that we got with Caesar, Andy Serkis's Ape, and James Franco, Jason Clarke, because we looked up his name the other day, and then Woody Harrelson's Ape trilogy, Matt Reeves' Ape trilogy, even though he did the second and third one rather than the first one. It was super well done. All very well told, and I'm not convinced that this movie is not going to be slightly related in some sense. I almost feel like there's going to be, hey, you had Unbroken, and Unbroken was made. And then M. Night came in and was like, let me make Split over here. And Split was an awesome movie as well. And then they tied in after the fact. No one really necessarily expected them to. I expect this Apes movie to tie into the correct continuity of the last 4 films, essentially. Nonetheless, they announced that this new film is completely new story. None of the same characters we know as of now. They've made it at least sound like it is completely new.
Right. Just an in-universe story.
Just an in-universe story.
Yeah.
Well, maybe. They haven't specified if it's in-universe or not. This could be a complete reboot like Tim Burton's 2001 Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Just Planet of the Apes that, although it looked great, it's the Caesar trilogy, but the 4th one's still my favorite. The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes with Proxima Caesar is Proxima Caesar, excuse me. Kevin Durand. Oh God, I love Andy Serkis. I'm an Andy Serkis fanboy all day. Maybe not for Animal Farm right now, but outside of that, all day. Kevin Durand is the best ape outside of I forget who played the orangutan in the most recent film, but really well done. Before I just ramble on too much about this, Sarah, you said you've only seen a few of the Apes movies.
Well, I saw obviously all the old ones back in the day. I used to watch television. when it was on. Um, I've only seen the first of this new one. I saw that one that you were talking about. That came out earlier.
With James Franco?
Yeah, I saw that one. And I've only seen the first of these new ones, which is what the first one came out, 10 years ago or something, more than that, maybe?
Yeah, I think it was 2012.
Mhm. I just was never really that into it for some reason. I think because of that 2001 movie, whatever year that was.
Tim
I think
Burton?
because of that one, I was kind of like, I
Got
don't
three
know
of
if
them.
I really wanted to, yeah. And I did watch the first one and I liked it, but it's a little kind of, it's just it's just ends with the very start of everything. And I just haven't seen the rest of it. My husband has, and he hasn't seen all of them either, but he's seen a couple more of them. Yeah. So now I'm like, oh, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
Yeah.
Watching Planet of the Apes.
Well, I think you're gonna
So-
really like the
Mhm.
first three, the trilogy, of course, like
Mhm.
we were kind of talking about before the stream started, are definitely more. I mean, the first one that you've seen already is hard sci-fi. It's let me explain the science. James Franco going to work, sign languaging with the monkey, with
Yeah.
Caesar, and figuring out, oh, the intelligence in this thing's growing like astronomically quick, and how do we deal with that? Why is it this one that's doing it? Is it a certain something, and what is that something? And of course, you see the I almost said hantavirus, but no, that's happening right now. That's also a crazy thing happening in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But I forget. I'm gonna have to Google real quick. Actually, would one of y'all, David, Stanley, somebody, would y'all manage or mind, excuse me, Googling what the virus is in Planet of the Apes, the ape virus again? And the third film, I like the funny chimpanzee, the sad one. It is great. There's like just one that comes off. I don't remember who the actor is, but the chimpanzee just comes off as his eyes are just so big and so emotive. It almost looks like he's about to cry at any given moment, and it's a very emotive CG character, of course, but it's so good. Real quick, Stanley's does ask, do you know what the new Planet of the Apes movie is going to be about? Apes versus apes, apes versus man? Anything? They haven't given us anything along those details. All they've given us so far is that it does simian flu. Thank you so much. It's something that's simple, of course it is. They haven't given us all that much details. So just yet, Stanley's. So far, it's a reboot. It's not taking place alongside what we already know of the most recent 3 to 4 films. Bad Ape, no idea. They haven't given us anything just yet. Bad Ape was kind of the last one. In a way, it was Super Good Ape and not at the same time, which I find the most entertaining. It was the most good versus evil, and then you sit in the gray of it all, nonetheless. You know, it was very well told, especially from the perspective of, you know, the world of the apes. And kind of like what we were just saying a minute ago. First 3, the trilogy, actually, much more hard sci-fi. The last one is hard sci-fi technically, but it's more just dealing with the ramifications of the simian flu, the great ape.
That's what it's about. That's what it really is. That would be funny.
and whether we're talking about Planet of the Apes or anything else, sci-fi, I mean, and not sci-fi alike at the same time. It's literally, he calls himself that. It's pretty great. But I'm not gonna start making ape noises on a stream. That's I'm not gonna. I am not that talented there.
Yeah, I don't think we need to update the soundboard.
Yeah, in a big way. I have a mention of King Kong down here, but that's about as close as we get. It's
Kong bows to no one.
Was that loud enough?
I heard it. It was kind of quiet, but I could hear it.
It just says Kong bows to no one. Yep. But okay. all of that just culminating.
Mhm.
Whether it's Planet of the Apes, whether it's sci-fi, not sci-fi, or anything right now, but particularly in the lens of sci-fi, and we're going to, of course, specify for today dystopian sci-fi. Does sci-fi have a reboot problem? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. What year was that? 2023, 2024 even? It's 2024. It's now
And they're doing a
2026.
reboot. That seems weird to me that they would do that.
And they've already
I think
classified
even
this as a reboot.
there's been talk of doing a BSG reboot again, which I'm just like, I don't think it's been long enough to do that.
Which one? Sorry, it cut out for half a second.
BSG.
Oh yeah, the Battlestar Galactica reboot.
Just like, it's not that old.
Was just talked about.
Mhm.
Terminator reboots every 5 years. You know, like since Terminator 3, it's just kept rebooting here. Not technically, but different place in the franchise, in the timeline, to kind of make sure it doesn't. Hey, maybe we can play over here, and it just hasn't worked out.
Mhm.
It's an odd thing, of course, especially with talking as much to Jay as we have over the last few years.
Mhm.
You always hear Logan's Run's getting another one. Of course, Terminator now, like Planet of the Apes. There's countless kind of different variations of sci-fi reboots that are on there, from Airwolf all the way up to something like Logan's Run, or even like Soylent Green, something like that. And one part of this conversation that I think we should have is a reboot for a new generation necessarily a bad thing? Kind of like Little Women does, or why is it running off my what's the one with Bradley Cooper, Lady Gaga, Barbara Streisand did before? Singing movie. Sad. Oh, that's gonna get me.
It's a musical. I definitely don't know.
It is. It's like Little Women. I can't think of it off the top of my head right now, but it's like Little Women that just it keeps getting updated. Not yearly, but generationally at least. Every 20, 30 years, someone makes another version.
The last one, it's so boring. I can't watch it.
Little Women?
Not there were the one that came out
before Greta Gerwig.
The last one, I think. Yeah. I haven't watched that newest one
A
yet.
Star is Born. Thank you so much. That's what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's not as many versions. Actually, there might be, I think, 5 versions of Little Women and 5 versions of A Star is Born. I think there might be.
Star Born even go before, but I think maybe it had a different name before the Streisand one? Like there was one in the 60s or something? Okay.
This was, I
think it was called something else, all right? But
I mean, and right now, it's not necessarily a reboot, but after 12 years, we're getting Edge of Tomorrow, Edge of Tomorrow. Can I do that? Is that they need to do that. If Fast and Furious, the title real fast.
Didn't they? Wait. They changed the title of that movie, and now I don't remember which one's the right one, because there was
Live, Die, Repeat as well, and they change it all the time. But Snowpiercer, they rebooted that for TV. They rebooted Mad Max. There's a constant flow of these reboots happening.
Right. Well, sometimes I think they can be good, especially like a Logan's Run. I mean, the special effects don't exactly hold up, nowadays. It's a good movie, and I'd love to see it done with, with good special effects. Better set design, things like that. They could make it look just like so much better. So I'm fine with rebooting things if it's something like that, where you can make a better version of it to more get the point across of what it's trying to make, where you get caught up in like, oh, gee, a model blew up, whatever.
Yeah. So, okay. Might split this into kind of 2 parts. I do want to talk about a little later down in the podcast what dystopian sci-fi we feel could use either a reboot, a retelling, or a continuation, or Well, yeah, no, that'll be the second half. And the first half,
Mhm.
that's where my brain was going, is just asking the simple question: does sci-fi have a reboot problem right now? Or is there a lack of new sci-fi that's coming out there? And then I'll also put a little caveat, like an asterisk right there, and ask: is
Right.
there enough new sci-fi at scale for the world to see
Mhm.
that is enticing enough for folks to actually care?
Right. Well, I think
So
there may be a problem with the studios wanting to go with something they know worked in the past and being afraid to try something that hasn't been done before.
yeah, and I'm kind of with you for the most part. I feel like, obviously, since the pandemic and strikes and everything like
Mhm.
that, the easiest route has been to reboot. It just
Yeah.
has. I mean, Top Gun
Yes.
more than proved it, and there were
Mhm.
examples prior to Top Gun too.
Yep.
At the same time, we've still had some pretty large scale sci-fi that's been in the zeitgeist. Some of the better films of the last few years, monetarily, yes and no,
Mhm.
have been sci-fi. Project Hail Mary comes to mind right now. You
Yeah.
know, like and The
Definitely, yeah.
Martian right before it.
Yep.
And not right before. I guess that was 2015 by now. Which, shoot, that feels
I know it's crazy that like
yesterday and literally a decade ago at the same time.
Mhm.
Um, there are enough new sci-fi films that are at least treated like tentpole projects,
Mhm.
like even The Electric State, even though that wasn't necessarily great.
Yeah.
That was a tentpole sci-fi project for Netflix last year.
Mhm.
Is that balance there enough? Because, I mean, they still tried Mickey 17 last year, and there's still a lot of big sci-fi projects like Dune popping out. And
Mhm.
after Dune, Denis has I almost said Project Hail Mary again. Rendezvous with Rama lined up. There are these big tentpole projects, and some of the things that get people into theaters nowadays still are sci-fi projects. I'd love to say Tron
Mhm.
Ares fit that bill, but oops, that one didn't fit that bill either.
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
I guess,
Where
escapism, sci-fi is so like, but it has well, not all of it, but it has an underlying message you can kind of apply. A lot of
But
times, so.
the thing about it is that I love most about sci-fi is it's the least escapism. I love fantasy and sci-fi. Probably my two top genres. I think a
Mhm.
lot of us might be in that same kind of
Yeah.
thought process. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Fantasy is the escapism for me. That's like, hey, toss me in a world with some elves and dwarves and life's good,
Yeah.
Toss me in sci-fi. It might have some wacky alien races. It might have some wacky alien weapons. It might have this wacky alien this, there, something or the other,
Mhm.
I find, even in the most dystopian of sci-fi, like Fallout, like Paradise, like Silo, like the things we discuss on this channel,
Mhm.
especially on this podcast, I still find any and all sci-fi, not all, I guess, but asterisks with like a solid 90+% of sci-fi
Mhm.
to be inherently optimistic. Even through the dystopianism, great, there's mosquitoes everywhere. I left the garage door open. Brain fart real quick. But the sci-fi optimism, essentially, with everything that's, oh my god, there's a mosquito right in front of my face, and that is too distracting. My bad, y'all. Optimism in sci-fi is just, I feel like, such an important thing that is inherently just baked into the ingredients of what makes something sci-fi, whether it be a mathematical solution or what. And even if in the film, TV series, the literature that you're reading, whatever it is, video game you're playing, even in like Mass Effect's a great example. By the end of that trilogy, it could be a very sullen take on what's about to happen,
Mhm.
or what has happened, and I guess part of the optimism that I think that comes in sci-fi can be kind of a realist, pragmatic optimism at the same time. Is you either know there's a way to get out of the situation that you're in or put yourself in right now or in a future generation. Mathematically, typically, there's usually a scientific or mathematic kind of thing that the characters there or you as an audience member can say, okay, that turned out really shitty for the characters that I just grew to like. But they put this, and this in place. Someone down the line is going to fix that. And my little headcanon back here can make me say their kids did this, or another group of researchers came here and fixed this later down the line.
Right. Well, we all want hope for the future that, that's not going to always be this way forever, that there's something to hang on to move towards, to keep going.
And even whenever it doesn't like depict that in the project or IP we're watching, I feel like sci-fi still just transcendentally has it baked into what it is because of like just the science aspect of sci-fi. It's there's going to be a scientific way to fix this. There's not, and in the kind of all-encompassing thing where the world ends and mathematically there's no way to stop it, and 40 different 400 different asteroids are coming to Earth and there's no way to stop it, whatever. At that point, it's kind of like a little Life of Chuck from last year, as well as it's the end. We might as well do what we can with it. It's not necessarily the brightest form of optimism, but nonetheless, it remains that pragmatic optimism of we know there's nothing we can do, so we're going to spend the time that we have left trying to fix it, sure, but also spending it as best we can.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a little bit of Adam McKay with the Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence one from a few years ago. That wasn't necessarily great, but it was good enough, and it had some good concepts in there.
Hello.
Does any of that ring true to you as well? Does the optimism, even in all that darkness, kind of? I think it leads to sci-fi being easier to reboot than most other things, even though sci-fi tends to be more expensive to make, tends to be a lot of things, but that just add complications in horror movies or a film like Little Women or oh my god, where is it? What was it? Star is Born. There we go.
Oh yes.
Those are also fairly simple, but sci-fi is, I think, almost remade for not the complexities of what it is, but the thought processes of what the concepts are.
Right. Well, like I said, I think, it does. I just think, the studios and stuff, and I think just us as humans too, we want to feel, it's kind of what I already said, but we want to feel that hope. We want to know that, like, okay, even if the world goes to crap, I won't swear, there's a chance, there's a hope, even if it's like, the earth is destroyed, but there's like a shuttle full of people that escape just in time, or whatever the situation is. I don't think any of us want to look at like, oh, the future is just going to all end and that's it. We want to have that thread of hope that there is going to be a next generation or a human reboot or whatever you want to say, a seed vault, where you can redo humanity. Yeah.
I just love the seed vault. I literally have like a whole sci-fi little story idea just outlined from just seed vaults. I love just the idea of that.
Or DNA, if you really get into the future thing of like, cloning, having the DNA of everything so you can reclone animals and all that.
Define a seed, like seed can mean a lot of things, it's the hardship needs to be worth it. That I like that. With I almost said SciTrek, sci-fi.
Yeah, you want to feel that, the people that die or sacrifice themselves are doing it to get to that goal, even if they don't make it.
It's obviously our favorite genre in a lot of ways.
Yeah. For a lot of reasons. Yeah. It's just cool too, and the effects are starting to look really so good, and I think they're not as expensive as they used to be either. I don't think part of that is to do with, well, anyway, we don't want to talk about
I guess it depends on approach.
AI, yeah. But
well, also not,
but just with the assistance of it, not going straight with that.
Well, with that big soapbox that I just jumped off of there, does sci-fi have a reboot problem truly, or is it more?
I don't think so.
Does sci-fi have a reboot problem? Do we have a lack of idea problem creatively, or do we just want to rehash a concept in a similar manner again and again? And the human brain just, of course, we like to do that. We all go back and think about,
right.
Oh, I could have said this or this in that conversation,
I think the same sort of story is okay if it's told in a fresh way with kind of a new perspective on it. I think, there's a thing of there's this thread of what sci-fi is, and just how you bend that and play with it is what makes it interesting. Even if it's a similar kind of story, you make each one different, something different and unique enough about it that it doesn't feel like you're just watching the same thing over and over.
Yeah. That it's
yeah.
Dune's an easy example of that, where all three different versions of Dune, the miniseries, Lynch, Denis, could all be extremely similar. They're not. They're not.
Yeah, that miniseries was pretty good. I watched that. I think I own it on DVD in a box somewhere.
It's
yeah.
The most faithful, that's for sure. And for a lot of people, that means best.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing about doing it as a miniseries, though, is you can get all the deep. You don't have to cut as much out. You've got more time to tell the story.
It affords you that time and effort and detail.
Yeah.
Which, I'm of two minds. Where I love the miniseries, but also, of course, I'm obsessed with Denis films. They're not one-to-one for the books by any means, and neither is the miniseries, but it's much closer to the miniseries.
I think it I guess stays faithful to. I mean, I haven't read the books. I'll be honest. I should listen to the books, but my husband has read the books, and he feels like it's a true enough telling, I guess, that gives you the vibe, the overall what the book is trying to say without necessarily doing it exactly like the book. Yeah.
Messaging wise, it's very faithful. There's some skipping around that kind of has to be done, especially with younger actors, wanting to reuse some actors and so on and so forth. Like Rebecca Ferguson shouldn't really be in the third movie at all.
Yeah.
But they love Rebecca Ferguson, and we love Rebecca Ferguson, so give her a scene or two, please. Even if she's only in there for 5-6 minutes, whatever it may be, give her a scene or two.
She's great in Silo.
Oh, I am so excited for us to dive into Silo. I know y'all are probably going to have to dive into a little bit of it before I get to kind of come on and talk to y'all about it. Hey, maybe it'll be in the middle of the day, and I'll have some Wi-Fi in the middle of Africa. Thanks, Starlink. There's actually a chance I could pop on, but we'll see. June's going to be a fun and interesting month. That is for sure. But yeah, I don't think sci-fi necessarily has a reboot problem, as in there's more a creativity problem in
that fear of trying something new,
the industry.
experimenting. Yeah. because of that. Again, getting back to even what Greg and I were kind of talking about, of like the corporations, like looking at the next quarter and not the overall big picture. And that's where small studios can come in.
And I get
Yeah,
that too. At the same time,
Mhm.
I understand needing to look at the quarterly stuff. I mean, you have to be able to pay your employees actively throughout every
Mhm.
year, and that's important. But there's that big capital
Mhm.
but.
Yes.
If it's ultimately the bottom line, pay attention to the bottom line. Get your
Mhm.
employees paid. Yes.
Yeah.
But most of those are on a project basis
Yeah.
within the film industry anyway.
Right.
Hyper obsessing over
Mhm.
quarterly everything, whether it's in
Yeah.
film or any type of business, is not a healthy thing. And I say that
Mhm.
from being from oil country. I like cash. I like it. We all do. And cash may be king, but
Mhm.
that king can get a little unruly sometimes and
Yes.
beat you over the head with his golden stick a little too much, and you're like, oh god, I gotta refocus on what I
Mhm.
actually need to focus on.
Right. Or studios just be willing to lose some money, try some different things. If it doesn't work, whatever. I mean, I think they could set aside like a certain budget for experimental or whatever, or maybe not, proven things, because they've sunk lots of money into things that are supposed to be proven and have failed too. So
Yeah.
it just,
Well, and a lot of those are tried through these different states having different tax rebates here, and here, and well, we'll give you this amount of money to fund this part of your film, and if it's a small
Yeah.
little micro film somewhere, they can get the little indie project done quickly, efficiently, well, and state's happy, get a distributed all across the globe, or not necessarily the globe, but the country at least, whatever the whatever it may be, it's still doable. Let's hope that they expand some of that thought process into that direction. That would that'd be nice. But at the same time, I'd be remiss to not think that something like Logan's Run could be remade for a new generation.
I think
done so well.
it would be good to do something like that now. And I would love to see it with, more of a budget to do real special effects and not just, cheesy looking practical stuff, which all they could do in the day. Like, if you've watched that movie, the model of the city, like that they show, like the city and them moving around it, it's like so obviously fake. It's so bad. But I mean, you can imagine what they're trying to do, but it was so bad.
Yeah, you get
now
it.
they could actually build out a city or have have it look so cool. And I think, the point of that movie, I think, is really good as well. But to your greater thing, I don't think they have a problem with reboots. I think the problem would be like rebooting too soon. I think if it's been a period of time, it's okay.
So there's two comments that are right here that kind of play together. Damien just sent one in. Heyo, how you doing? Doing well. Damien just sent in this. Streaming restricts audience size as not everyone subscribes on a scale that broadcast cable can reach.
True.
Yet they are the companies with the cash. It's a self-defeating model in the long run. I mean, that could be an entire video itself, but
it can be. Yeah, that's a lot in there.
That is. I'm going to frame it, not necessarily answer that direct question just yet, Damien. Or I guess sentence statement. Stanley's asked a question, and just with that frame that Damien just put in our minds there, why not remaster an old movie or TV series with new CG instead of reboot? And in that same thought, Battlestar Galactica still gets a whole lot of new eyeballs on it. It's a very consistently watched thing. Are they going to completely reboot it again like they did before? And yeah, it wasn't the exact same story, and they I know gender swapped some folks and changed and updated a few things and so on and so forth
Yes.
for a new generation. That was 20, 30 years later.
Yeah.
Another question the thought that comes into mind here is, and it might not be things that need a lot of CG that need updating a lot of times, but why not remaster something like the Stargate shows or Battlestar Galactica? Maybe because Stargate's getting a new series that is its own, not necessarily own, excuse me, but a new continuity that continues on the story. Maybe it'd be a perfect time to remaster all the CG on all the old Stargate shows.
I think that's really expensive, though, to do that, because it depends on if you have video or film, and there's a lot to it. Yeah.
There is a lot, and it is going to be very expensive, but is it as expensive as making a new show that, or rebooting a show that people may or may not actually ultimately go back to?
Are people gonna
not necessarily
buy it or watch it, though, is the problem.
I'm thinking more for something like Battlestar. Would this make sense for Battlestar Galactica instead of to rehash for a third time the same storyline and change up a few details and update it? Would it be better for the miniseries and the series right after the miniseries to be remastered and updated? And have
I don't think it needs it at this point. I think it still looks fine. I mean, I don't know.
Because there are a lot of series that continue to make money on streaming, and most of them are, your Parks and Recreation, your The Office, 30 Rock, all your comedies, Big Bang Theory, particularly things like that tend to just get a lot of eyeballs, and you can sell. Seinfeld, Friends, along the lines. Those don't have a bunch of CG. But for fantasy, sci-fi, monster projects, horror movies that constantly get a bunch of viewing numbers and continuously make these streaming services a lot of money, is this a viable option? And would that, if people put certain dollar amounts behind there?
If people are watching it, why would they do it? They're making their money without having to spend any money. So if people are watching it, why would they bother? I don't think they would do it. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. There is sorry, I just started reading for a second. Those are programs which had a huge cultural impact, by being beamed at every home, not streamed. This is also true. Because in a world where reboots are as prevalent as they are, how do you focus on, or how do you recommit general audiences focus to original new IP again, rather than just, let me sit on my butt and suck my thumb and watch what I'm used to watching? Like, I don't, like it's become almost not a lazy factor, because it's more of an efficiency factor, I feel like. But that efficiency for, we know what we want to watch.
Uh-oh.
Are we good?
Oh, there you are. You're back.
My stuff cut out there for a second. All set? All good?
Yeah, you're good now.
Oh, sheesh. What was the last thing I was saying?
I was listening. I swear.
The I had a little something. Oh, I see it popping up on the TV. The Ring of Death loading there real quick. Oh shoot, I had a thing right there too.
Well, I was talking about why would they remaster things if people are watching it, and I think you picked up on that. And
and let's somewhere. Oh god. Anybody? Y'all got me?
Yeah, I think They're just
my battery's done changed. Oh, I was right there. I had the point right on the tip of my tongue
Yep.
too.
I'll give the chat a minute. They got to catch up. Yeah. No, I don't remember. I was listening to what you're saying, and I don't remember what you're saying.
We went
Bad
past
memory.
the remaster aspect of stuff.
Yes. Anyway,
The soapbox was too involved. Too involved with the soapbox. What
streaming services are kind of circling back around to being cable almost. Like they're all
Yes,
bundling and stuff. So
bundling and now adding ads the way they are, it's essentially just niche cable boxes.
yeah.
Spread out, you know. Ultimately, let's go into the second half of this thought. Is whether SciFi has a reboot, a creative problem, a creativity problem, or if that's just an industry problem in general. If these things, yeah, but what there was so much in that last comment that I could have gone 40 different places, and I know it probably went to about 3 or 4 or 10 of them, but it was. I'm gonna literally watch this stream back later or something, or see the clips from our clip making thing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go and literally have the conversation
There's
with
like
myself.
3 paragraphs in the comments.
Yeah, just type. I'm gonna do speech to type whenever that happens, just for the sake of my own brain and sanity there. But to bring it into the second aspect of the stream right here, and the thought is whether we do have that creativity issue in the industry or not, whether SciFi does have a reboot issue or not. What we have kind of ultimately gone down to, you're not derailing at all.
No.
my internet being weird for a second derailed it.
Yeah.
You gave me a great soapbox to jump on. I just got ADD and internet ADD at the same time. Me and the internet are on the same wavelength, right? It's just
it's not exactly hard to derail us on any subject.
no. Even whenever we have some we go on some good tangents. Just a little ADD will get me going too. It's oopsie daisy.
Yeah.
So if we have kind of ultimately said, yeah, there might be some of these issues, might be some reboot and creativity issues, but like Logan's Run, totally should be remade today. I think, was it David that said Lost in Space reboot? Yes, it was David that said it earlier. For me, Lost in Space reboot was a great reboot. So great that I might prefer it over the original series. I've only seen the original series once in my life, and I was a lot younger when I watched it, but
yeah, I would see reruns of it as a kid once in a while. The black and white, and was it color later on? I think it was.
It's good.
I don't remember.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Netflix was able to say, hey, we love exactly what this is. We can tell it in a succinct 3-season story and make it look great. And even expand on some of the concepts that were there in the original series and give them more weight than a show back then typically was afforded the ability to. Because it was more family focused. And yeah, it might be family focused in the 2013 Lost in Space, because I think it's 2013. But it gets rough and intense at times too. It's a great series.
Yeah.
With that thought in mind. And trying to focus on dystopian sci-fi. Are there any other projects that you particularly would like to see either be rebooted for a new generation or have their story continued and told, kind of like Stargate's getting done? Because it's been 10, 12, 15 years since Stargate's had anything, and afforded the ability to continue that storyline. Top Gun, maybe not be sci-fi, maybe kind of a little sci-fi because of their stealth planes, but also stealth planes aren't sci-fi, so
No. Yeah.
uh,
It's science, but
yeah, not the fiction aspect.
not fictional. Yeah.
Well, maybe fictional, just not enough to denominate it as sci-fi.
Right. Yeah.
The
for
one
sure.
little detail, yeah.
Mhm.
But again, that was a well
Mhm.
told continuation
Mhm.
rather than a reboot like Lost in Space was. Are
Right.
there any particular dystopian sci-fi that
Um,
you are privy to that would fit something like that? Like a Soylent Green.
yeah.
I know we
Soylent
mentioned
Green would be
Soylent Green
good.
earlier.
Yeah, my big thing is like Logan's Run because the concept of that movie I think is really cool, and I would love to see it done well. Yeah, Littlefinger put some stuff in there. I haven't seen any of those shows. I do want to watch them maybe for my channel once I get past Space Above and Beyond, if that ever happens.
It shall.
I don't know.
Here's some to just jog your memory if you want to have something to look at. So obviously we've gotten Snowpiercer rebooted already.
Yeah.
Mad Max has been rebooted.
Right. I want to think Highlander, but I don't know if that's more fantasy. And they are doing rebooting Highlander,
Yes,
so yeah. They've already did Planet of the Apes was a good one that they've done. What else? I know there's stuff, but it's just not like.
Well, for me, Soylent Green right here is one that I feel like is particularly well suited for modern times.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely would be very fitting, I think. But everybody knows what the twist will be at the end. That's the problem, right? Because that was the thing when it first came out. Like, oh my god,
Yeah, you could,
but
yeah, I don't think you could really change the twist as much. But I think just the idea and the concept is a great, nothing to rehash. But that would be one where I would say Reboot would work all right, and that would be a good thing. Now, something that might be something we've watched semi recently, and it's one of my favorites always. Give me a continuation or more. Hey, it's a good thing you mentioned puppies. Give me continuation or give me another aspect of the world, kind of like the Fallout TV show has been for the Fallout series in general. It's not a game. It follows a lot of like the game kind of similarities and continuities, and it very much it very much is in line with game continuity. Very much might be not the right word there, but hey, we're figuring out the timelines as we go. A boy and his dog at the end of the world. I know I was going to say that, but a boy and his dog with a continuation would be perfect.
Yeah.
The world that inspired
those underground weirdos.
The underground weirdos, but I mean, talking about the puppies. Give me the Rover series, Give me the roving intelligent talking dogs in the post-apocalypse. I don't know. That's enough for me. That concept alone, just having seen the movie, is enough. But are there any other projects that kind of come to mind like that? Of course, David was dropping Jericho in here. Yeah. There are a lot of old shows that haven't aged necessarily super
Jericho
well.
Would be good to have a continuation since it kind of got cut off short. I don't know about like Falling Skies.
Falling Skies, I'd like a continuation.
Yeah, that might be a good continuation also.
Although retold with, I don't know, even though it's not the best CG in the world or anything like that, it was it's Noah Wyle. You can't say it's not a prestige performance, right. Whether the rest of the cast is on par with Noah Wyle all the time or not, it's still damn good.
Or how about the thing I'm covering that I just mentioned, Space Above and Beyond? It'd be great to do a reboot of that.
Space Above and Beyond too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Andromeda, maybe.
Okay. What continuation or reboot? Tis the question. I saw Battlefield is getting a movie. I think I kind of remember hearing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Battlefield film. There's one that came out in 2024. I guess that might not be the one we're thinking of, though. Damien said Asimov's Robot series in 1984 both have been attempted before. Both were faulty, particularly the Awful iRobot. Awful iRobot?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's okay. I don't love it, but it's not.
I love it. Also, I was 5 when it came out, though, so that might be my defense. Might be my defense.
For the time, the robots looked cool, but
amazing, and it was my introduction to Alan Tudyk. Was iRobot? So I will.
Oh, I never realized that was him. I should know that.
Yeah, he's Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
1984, so depressing. See, I like it too. I'm with you. It is.
It is. I think it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's not a cheery movie.
No. Blake Seven and Buck Rogers have both been talked about getting reboots, I believe, a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Space 99's been mentioned before as well.
Right. Because it had to be Space, $29.99 or something now.
Dog's Dinner of an Adaptations. Well, I after reading Asimov, yes. My little heart growing up, though, loves that movie so much. Yeah. And then there was Shia LaBeouf, and all I knew from Shia LaBeouf before that was Holes and Even Stevens, and I was like, this is my childhood just in a movie. And it also made me totally go watch Men in Black more because I was like, Will Smith in sci-fi is really cool. If only he would have kept doing sci-fi.
Do you want a Men in Black reboot or continuation? I think the continuations are tired and old, but
well,
I don't know.
Was the last Men in Black movie a continuation or a reboot or a little bit of both? And so
I have not seen it.
Men in Black International.
I heard that was really bad, so I never watched it.
Really bad. It had some good ideas. It did. Mm-hmm. It was really bad. A Travelers reboot. Blake Seven's. Okay, $150 way back in the day is very different than it is now, but also, sheesh.
Yeah, just any shows like that, like especially like 70s or earlier stuff, like very much can use reboots just to look a lot better and probably better actors, better sets, better looking everything. Yeah, BBC cheapness. Yeah, same with Doctor Who. It's very cheap. That's true. But Sapphire and Steel, is that a show? I've never heard of it before. Invaders. I'll have to look up these shows. I never heard of them.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Sapphire and Steel either. Or the Invaders. Anyone remember the Action Man tank on Doctor Who? No.
Yeah.
The Man from Atlantis 70s got a reboot. Aquaman movie.
Aquaman.
A modern day take on Sapphire and Steel can be extremely Lynchian in tone, dark, brooding sci-fi. I'm not familiar with Sapphire and Steel. I'm going to have to do the old jujals over here.
Sounds intriguing.
4 seasons.
Huh.
Oh,
what's the premise?
Complex, involved science fiction. I love that. All right, that's it. We're done. Complex, involved science fiction. That's all I got to say. About a special force of interdimensional operatives whose task is to protect the universe from evil forces.
Okay.
From 1979 to 1982, they were doing this? Talk about before
Yeah.
its time. Oh, that might be one that we
Mhm.
have to check out on a Patreon watch after Battlestar or something.
Yeah.
That sounds cool.
If we can find it somewhere to watch, yeah.
6 episodes
cool.
a season, though. That or
Well, it'll be a quick watch through then. There's what? If it's 79 to 82, that's what, 4 seasons?
oh no, there's 14 episodes
4
in the
seasons.
first season. Are you saying 6 episodes a season modern day?
Yeah.
Oh, 6 episodes a season in the final 2 seasons.
Mhm.
Okay.
Land of the Giant.
Wow.
Oh, I just thought of like a couple that would be good, and it just Sliders.
Sliders would be cool.
Yeah.
The Road with Viggo Mortensen's just so well done. I saw either, I think it was David or Damien mentioned it earlier. I don't think it needs some. I don't think most sci-fi needs to be retold for a new generation, if I'm being honest. There are some, like Logan's Run, like a lot of the ones that we just named. Soylent Green, I think, would be one that it's the ones that it's hard to say, because the ones that's concepts, the ones whose concepts, I don't know grammatically what I'm even trying to say right here. The film's concepts that stand the test of time, there we go, are either the ones most privy to needing a reboot or continuation, so on and so forth, or this is so good, whether it's CG or not, stands up. This is worth rewatching. This is worth going back to. This is worth diving and delving and digesting into. And I don't know. I don't think that most sci-fi necessitates that. I think there are the ones that could much better, and that's like the Logan's Run. Like I don't even think Soylent Green needs to be redone. I think it's just conceptually just prevalent enough for today, or you could remake it and people would not necessarily flock to go to the theaters to see it, but get something new out of it. A new generation would seek something like that out, you know? Has any reboot done well since Battlestar? Top Gun. That's
yeah.
Cheers. Like, that's about it. Like,
but Top Gun is more of a continuation than a reboot.
And that's a continuation, agree. And so is Cheers. Like, literally, the Cheers is also a continuation. Yeah. So yeah, it is a little different. A new V series following on from original, not remake. Yeah. Interesting. A true to source H.P. Lovecraft anthology series would be very welcome. The original cosmic horror sci-fi. Hey, creatures and cryptids all day with that one. You know we'd be ready. I do kind of want to. I started some of these earlier, and we might have gotten out of a little bit of this conversation, but Damien said, indeed, where are the modern equivalents of The Quiet Earth or A Boy and His Dog? Studios are currently scared of truly dark sci-fi. I don't even know if it's the dark sci-fi, because Fallout's pretty darn dark. Yeah.
But Fallout kind of puts this almost like a comedic tint to it that makes it more like tolerable. Yeah, you know.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry, I'm sneezing like nobody's business over here. A Boy and His Dog is comical at times. There's comedy in there, and I think a lot of, I mean, obviously, a vast majority of Fallout inspiration came from a few things, but specifically that. As in, so did Wasteland, as in, so did Mad Max, and so on and so forth. Would I can't think of a truly dark sci-fi film besides maybe Ad Astra in recent memory. And Ad Astra is not that dark. It's just it implores the bleakness and the sanitization of space. Because the dark sci-fi I can think of on the top of my head, because Project Hail Mary, by definition, is kind of dystopian sci-fi that, I mean, you literally send a guy to his death. It's the planet getting together to send somebody to his death to hopefully fix this. Hopefully, you know? Fallout. Moon is dark, but it's funny. it's at times, you know. Fallout's hilarious, and it's dark sci-fi.
Yeah. Oh,
Mickey 17 was very dark sci-fi.
Yeah,
and
dark
there's
humor.
still a lot of funniness in there too. Do we have to digest dark sci-fi through humor, or is that part of the MCU-ification of everything that we've had? Does everything need to be digested with humor, or is that just part of humanity? Is that baked into our species? You know?
I think to a degree. I mean, it depends on, you know, each individual and their personalities and sense of humor and all that kind of stuff. But I think it's a way to make the harsh truths easier to take. You know, if you think on the gallows humor kind of thing, you know?
Like, very much gallows humor. I was thinking that there are two other projects that come to mind that are very dark sci-fi in recent memory, but they're more sci-fi horror projects, so they're meant to be, you know, but it's The Substance. Demi Moore's The Substance, which that movie's a lot. I've not watched a movie more than that movie besides Lord of the Rings, I think, consistently. It's not even like my favorite movie or anything. It's great. It's really well told, but it's just so messed up that it just, people say, oh, I haven't seen it. And you're like, well, you got 2 hours, you know? It's just like, you keep putting it on.
I haven't seen it, but I read the summary of it, and it's like I keep meaning to watch it, but my one daughter, I don't think I'd want to watch that around her.
No,
she'd get upset. So,
I don't even know if you should watch it around your husband. That should be one that you should sit in the dark corner alone, just turn the TV. Actually, it might be fine to watch with your husband. I would not watch it with your kids, though. No, not that one. But just almost like Cronenbergian horror, with the sci-fi twist, like Infinity Pool with Alexander Skarsgård and Mia Goth from a few years ago, which is a movie about cloning, essentially, and the morality of cloning when it comes to
well, Mickey 17 really explores that for sure.
Mickey 17. Yeah, actually, Mickey 17 did it in a much more sci-fi
like
focus.
The morality of like you're creating these sentient beings and then just treating them like they're disposable.
Yeah, and Alex does bring up a great point. Not Mickey 17, excuse me, Project Hail Mary might have even been darker than what I had just said, because he was sent there to hopefully not just find something, but investigate a cause, not with the expectation that there'd be a convenient cure for the astrovage up there, or that he'd
and totally
find such a good friend up there.
They were not going to return, that they were just going to, die before they could get back. And
it was a one and done.
I mean, Rocky makes it kind of more lighthearted, because it's kind of cute and fun to have this totally alien.
And realistically, the only reason Rocky makes it lighthearted, excuse me, is because he was so lonely.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say he would have acted remotely the same if there was one other rock little being there? You know?
Yeah.
If there was two of them, they probably would have been science focused get this human away from us. Have you got anything that we can learn from? No. Get away. Like we're focused on figuring this thing out, you know?
Yeah. That'd be interesting. Well, he does end up living with them in the end, so
and that's awesome.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Go see Project Hail Mary if y'all haven't, or read the book, or both. Probably and preferably both. It's so good. Many sci-fi classics don't feature the comic humor we see often in modern times. Alien in 2001 were very light on one-liners with punchlines. And that's that like Ad Astra kind of thought there. And Mickey 17 almost gets there, but they add just enough humor in there where it's not... my mind doesn't immediately go to dark sci-fi, and neither does Project Hail Mary for the amount of humor, where typically, yes. And The Martian, the same way, where just imagine that as Mads Mikkelsen instead of Matt Damon, or somebody like that. You know, it's just it could be a not fun movie very easily, and it could show you how bleak and how difficult it would be to survive that because you have Matt Damon and because Ridley Scott said, you know what, let's have some fun with this at the same time. Damn, it's such a good movie. And you would try to make yourself laugh. You would try to have fun to as much of a degree as you could, being trapped on a different planet by yourself. But sheesh.
Yeah. Yeah, there's funny moments like what he had to use for fertilizer for his potatoes.
And you could have played that as dread instead of comic, or funny for a moment until it becomes extremely dreadful.
Oh, Enemy Mine, that would be good.
Ooh. See, Murderbot's just funny. I love it, but it's too funny. It's very dark, but it is funny. Yes, a lot of Korean films and series end darkly. It's great. That's very much so. I kind of just because I've been watching a decent bit of anime and manhwa and stuff like that, a lot of the manhwas aren't interested in making you smile a whole bunch, and they're just like, we've got a story to tell, and thanks for listening. And I like that as well. If you got a good story for me, I'm there. A lot of the anime is still... It's so adult oriented, but it's like 15-year-old character, and it's just like you're slicing people's heads off. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's not Star Wars. This is katanas. Come on. But yeah, it's interesting. I enjoyed Mickey 17, but it handled with a very light touch. Yeah. During Matt Smith's run as the Doctor, there was a two-parter that handled the same themes with more depth. Oh, really well.
Yeah, I remember that.
Movie adaptation of the Lazarus War instead of Mickey 17. Soldiers insert their consciousness into effectively 40,000 clones of themselves. Is that a Warhammer 40K thing? I don't know. Warhammer 40K is just so convoluted, and not in a bad way. It's just there's just there's
a lot in there. Yeah.
Like, so can we say so much about 40 times in a row? How about 40,000 times in a row? Then,
exactly.
Then we're there. I did that jokingly. Then I was like, oh, wait. Set it up for a better one. Let's go. It's not Warhammer. Oh, no way. Okay, you just said 40K clones of themselves. And I think
a similar thing happens in Warhammer, doesn't it? I think.
Where has Warhammer 40K disappeared to? I don't care. I'm sorry. As much as I like Magic the Gathering, I like Dungeons.
Well, Henry Cavill's supposed to be doing that or whatever, right?
Oh, you're talking about the show. The show is still being made, and hey, we're going to check out the show when it comes out, but Warhammer just, oh my God, just even thinking about it, just that's too much.
They'll have to pick a very specific lane to go down because there's a lot of different.
And it's intense stuff too. It's crazy. Alex is clarifying, but the bodies are clones of yourself, just supersized, 729 foot tall with an enhanced musculars. So Attack on Titan at the same time. Warhammer lore is
there's a lot.
Can you I'm short-circuiting right now, I think, just trying to comprehend the amount of Warhammer lore there is. They're not going to use Warhammer until they've nailed it. 7 to 9. There was, let's see. Spot on. Studio execs trust in analytical algorithms to decide which projects will produce the best returns for shareholders. Unfortunately, the algorithm has no concept of the taste of originality.
Very true. That's the problem with AI, kind of too.
I have no problem with sci-fi recognizing a societal problem without providing an answer. When films try to do the latter, they can often present unrealistic, oversimplified answers to complex issues. Yes.
Yeah. You just want to get people thinking about it and maybe wanting to change within themselves or in their society or whatever.
Well, I think that's one of the things that I really adore about sci-fi is a lot of films recognize societal problems and then try to provide a very general, sometimes unrealistic, oversimplified answer. And I think that works really well for your general film. I whether it's unrealistic and oversimplified, you get inspired from that simplification. Right, wrong, or indifferent, because sometimes it's not great, but most of the time the thought process is, and
or they just go with what they think most people probably would come up with.
It makes sense for your general thing. A fantasy film that its underlying problem is a lack of hope in society, and they just want you to feel hopeful by the end of the movie. Cool. Sci-fi, I refuse to think. Entertain me. Pew pew. Agreed. Very much agreed. And that's why
there's room for that too.
There is, and I think that's what most media is for outside of sci-fi. And it's not necessarily for that. Everything should make you elevate your thought process of what it's bringing to the table to some degree. There are some, lowbrow comedy things that's not what that's meant for, and that's totally fine too. And I love those. And
you can just go see turn your brain off and enjoy the ride.
Like the Naked Gun reboot. Talk about reboots. It was a good time, actually. I really, and it was a continuation as well. It was stupid as hell, but it was fun as hell at the same time. It was just a blast, But at the same time, sci-fi, outside of all these other genres trying to recognize a problem and providing that oversimplified answer, sci-fi can usually, or has the excuse to, dive a little bit further into those issues. And I like that sci-fi tends to, and of course, every other genre of film also has the ability to dive further into an issue and not give you an answer. But most of the time, it's kind of the opposite.
It's good as getting you to think about issues without having it to be so plain in your face. This is what it is. Like you have to read into it, or I don't know if read into it is the right word, but you have to see it, you have to figure it out. It's not just like, oh, let's give you a lesson of this is how you should solve this problem. It's a way to kind of,
instead of teaching you a lesson, it gives you almost avenues. Well, I mean, like what you're saying though, it gives you avenues to run off of and find what you're thinking about it, rather than here's the oversimplified, possibly unrealistic answer. Sci-fi implores you to delve in a little bit more, and implores itself to typically tell you a little bit more, and not try to give you not tell you how you should feel about it, but by the end of it say, okay, we provided you with this amount of information here, this amount of information here. You got the context for why this matters to this set of group of people, or this set of aliens, this set of whatever's happening in this world over here, and then this is the same thing on the other end. And there might even be a couple other different points of reference there. Form your own opinion and figure out the answer that you feel right. The movie might have given you 2 or 3 options, but are those all your options? And some films and some TV shows do this better than others.
Mm-hmm.
We can't all be 2001. We can't all be three body problem. We
Right.
all can't do these high elevated things.
Is there going to be more Three Body Problem? There is. Isn't there? I gotta watch that again. It's very talk about complicated science fiction. I gotta listen to the books. I need to do that too.
I was just talking to Jose the other day, my roommate, detailing it out because we love to have just conversations about.
Uh-oh, I lost you. Your microphone just cut out.
Are we there again?
There you go.
Yeah,
you're good now. Uh-huh.
Okay, because I'm just like a nerd about
when whatever you reached out and did, you must have bumped something because it went off.
I moved a Sharpie.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what's going
Just
on.
at the moment you did that, your microphone cut out. So I don't know.
I did barely touch the cord, and that might have done it. That might have done it.
Yeah.
The Chinese Three Body series is 24 episodes long.
Uh-huh.
I do want to watch that one. I really do want to watch that one. Extant was okay, but maybe that's just because Halle Berry. But yeah, no, Three Body Problem's awesome. I was having a cool discussion with it because we like to just nerd out about string theory and theoretical physics. As much as I love the laws of physics, the theoretical ones are so much more fun to talk about. I don't know.
Like string theory and stuff, is it?
Yeah,
Is
all the different dimensions. Yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly yes. There's a reason I guess it still says theory at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
If only it didn't.
They haven't been able to demonstrate it or prove it or whatever, I guess, at this point. But it's more like because of how things are reacting, they're thinking this is why, rather than they've been able to prove that's why. Yeah.
Yes, we understand that all of these things are theoretically happening because of math, and we can mathematically describe all of these things. Much more difficult to describe them in layman's terms, and that's one of my favorite things to do is just try to help people put it together, and then kind of go back with myself and say, okay, this is not necessarily right, whatever, If you thought Stormy and I have had 4-hour conversations on stream, imagine the 2 hours after stream sometimes whenever we're just hanging there. It's a good time.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully
a good time.
we get Stormy on here soon. It'd be nice.
The man's doing better health-wise, and his birthday was 2 days ago, I believe. Not yesterday, but 2 days ago.
Happy
So if
birthday,
y'all have
Stormy,
Stormy
if
on
you're
social
watching.
media, go give him a good old happy birthday. Yeah, string theory has distracted two generations of scientists with zero results. Well, it hasn't not. It hasn't not. We've gotten so much cool sci-fi from it, though. But at this point, I don't feel like the amount of scientists that have dedicated their lives to something like that should be to the prevalence they have. As much as I love string theory, and of course, in my heart of hearts, let's make the multiverse real. Let's not make the multiverse real. It is real according to theoretical physics. How do we prove that? And of course, that's what those scientists are trying to do. But there's also a lot of other things within the laws of physics that we need to try to understand, just in case like an astrophage pops up or something.
And we're stuck in 3-dimensional, whatever. So it's hard
do one step at a time rather than try to mathematically figure out the 7th dimension right now. Let's do the 4th, 5th, 6th. Let's get to that doppelganger world first. Parallel dimension before we get to any marvelization of our modern day, But yeah. I'm not familiar with quatermass.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that either. Films, so is it that's
the quatermass experiment
Hmm.
An astronaut returns to Earth after an experimental spaceflight afflicted by a strange fungus that transforms him into a murderous monster. After bullets and bombs fail to stop the creature, brilliant scientist Professor Quatermass becomes mankind's last hope of survival. I had a existential crisis in the middle of that. I was like, is that Quatermass or Quartermass? It's Quatermass, right? It's Quatermass. I was like, that's not how you spell quarter, right? Right? No, it's missing the R. It was one of those things. I said it a couple times. Was like, did I say that right? I think so. Quatermass was filmed on TV.
Sounds interesting.
Absolute classic. A Hammer horror classic. Apparently, I was not aware.
Yeah, that sounds very
good
like
multidimensional show.
sci horror.
The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen needs a remake. Don't crucify me, y'all. I was also about 4 or 5 years old when that movie came out, and I love The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It's not a good movie. That's one
it had
you know,
some good elements, but I don't think they really got into like the kind of the coolness of all the characters. It just seemed like they just kind of threw, let's put this person, and that's cool, but they didn't really do anything that cool with them, I guess. It was just kind of like I mean, Nemo's car was awesome.
Nemo's car was awesome. Nemo's submarine ship thing was the coolest damn thing they've ever put to screen, maybe.
That kind of stuff was cool, but the story just wasn't that great. I don't even remember what the story was.
A story.
I don't remember even what it was. But
it was just essentially the Seven Samurai, or Magnificent Seven. It was just get your team together. Someone's gonna betray you, but also the villain's over here, and he's been there the whole time. He's the one that got y'all together, and it was very cookie cutter.
Yeah. It just wasn't. The story wasn't great, and they didn't do enough with the characters, I don't think.
What it did do, though, it did make little me very intrigued for each of those different characters, and I could tell you a lot about each of those different characters, just because I loved that movie so much as a little kid. Should I have been watching something like that at 4 or 5? I don't know. Talk to my dad. Quatermass was pitched as the highbrow adult alternative for Doc Who. Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Okay.
Yeah, Doctor Who I think originally was supposed to be like a kids show, but it obviously went a different direction than that.
Well, yeah, and that would be a better reboot than a continuation.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said Doctor Who is a kids show, so the adult alternative does sound. Yeah, cool. I'd check it out. That was just from League of Extraordinary right there. Damien also said Sir Roger Penrose is the man. Listen to him explain his CCC model of the universe and prepare for your brain to melt. A story based on beings passing from one aeon to the next.
Eon.
Be truly original.
Yeah.
Penny Dreadful was a far superior version. Did you just bring something else up? Sorry.
No, I just said you said Aeon. I said Eon. So.
Isn't that? What?
It's Eon.
I thought Eon is Eowyn.
Maybe that's like a typo, or maybe like a British spelling or something.
Because Aeon Flux is not. I never thought it was Eon Flux. That just makes me think of different. I've been mispronouncing films my entire life.
No, it's Eon Flux. I watched that cartoon series MTV. I watched that. Yeah.
Oh, they're literally just. It's UK and English. They're UK and American spellings.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, I don't like it when y'all add all y'all's U's back into all these words.
Letters. Canadians do that too, you know.
They do, I know. But I do. I prefer Aeon Flux over Eon Flux. I'm going to continue to call it that for the sake of it now, and just put the little A and the E together.
It is Eon Flux, isn't it? That's the way I've always said it, I think.
Apparently, it's Eon Flux. I have mispronounced that the entirety of my 27 years. Oops.
I get what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. The A is silent, I guess. Yeah.
Apparently. I'm just now figuring that part out. Great. Ultimately, though, mostly both pronunciations are okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
My brain just went back to the Damien stuff that we were just talking about. But then immediately went back to Penny Dreadful because I was like, isn't that the last thing he said? You've seen Penny Dreadful at all?
No.
It's.
I don't have. Is it Eva Green?
It's Eva Green.
Okay.
Eva Green.
I know. I've seen pictures, but I haven't watched it because I thought it was more of like a horror thing, and just time is always against me to watch all these things.
It is a horror project. It is. It is not League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in the fantastical element of it. It is sure it's still a fantasy, but it is. It's dark. It is TV mature for a reason, for lots of reasons actually.
Was that HBO?
No, it was
Showtime.
Okay. Showtime. Okay. But Eva Green, Josh Hartnett as your leads, Timothy Dalton as your third co-lead, and then Billy Piper was another one of their main leads in there too. And there was a what was her name? Was it Helen, or was it Helena McCrory, who played
I've heard the name.
Who played the mother Malfoy?
Oh,
I can't remember her name off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
I think it's Helen McCrory. Carbine or Carbine?
Carbine.
I actually say both. I think it just depends on the context of the sentence at hand. Helen also in Peaky Blinders. Yes, she was. That's right. Still need to watch Peaky Blinders. Eva Green. Eva Green is somebody who should be. Everyone knows who she is, but she should be. There's a reason Daniel Craig's Bond couldn't get over her. Because she's that good of an actress. She should legitimately be. I don't think. Whenever I think, oh, who are my favorite working actresses? I go to Cate Blanchett, obviously someone like a Meryl Streep, or it's sometimes even like a ScarJo. Or there's obviously a lot TV wise. I could name about half a dozen people. I think it's Eva Green. Eva Green would probably be my single favorite working actress. She's just not just dedicated, but falls into her roles in a way. Eva Green, Dracula's wife. He just Eva Green in anything like just scary-ish is perfect. And even her Miss Peregrine for Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children was a quick one, but it was a good one. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it was a good one. Yeah.
Are you going to see Masters of the Universe today?
Today?
Yeah.
Today?
Yeah.
I'm
not. I want to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I can get my husband to go tomorrow. Let's see.
Helen McCrory, yeah, she died not like a while ago. It was like 2 years ago, wasn't she? What's the question today? Oh, not Masters of the Universe. That's because I was like, that's June. That's the first week of June. Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. I get those two mixed up. That's what I meant.
I was like,
that's today? What I meant. I said the wrong thing. That's what I meant.
No, you're good.
It was Masters of the Universe, but I was thinking it was Mortal Kombat, but I was thinking Masters of the Universe for some reason. But that's what I meant. Sorry.
I am disappointed that I will be out of the country while Masters of the Universe is premiering. But I will be watching that as soon as I get back. Maybe if I could sneak off to a movie theater and convince my family to join me in Cape Town or Johannesburg, I will.
Oh yeah, it should be there.
But we'll see.
You would think. But
yeah, I guess I don't know movie theater.
Maybe it's like a week or two later or something. Yeah.
Maybe I could still see premiere. You know,
I had a woman moment. What does that mean?
I'm about to say I've had a few of those. In my
Mortal Kombat. How dare I?
I was like being forgetful because if that's the case, I've had about 14 of those moments in the last 20 seconds. That's right. I still really would like to go see, not go see, but just see Peaky Blinders, watch it finally, and then watch the film that they did. It seems interesting. Hey, I got the long hair, but the goatee would kill my chances of any people.
I think all men fighting. No, I don't actually, but for whatever reason, those two things have gotten mixed together in my head for whatever reason. But,
Mortal Kombat, Masters of the Universe, the M and the M. I see it coming back and forth just so quickly, back to back like that. I see it. I knew exactly what you were talking about when I realized. I was like, oh, Mortal Kombat. That's the one.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, we are an hour and 34 minutes into today. And Street Fighter in October. That looks... I thought the first trailer looked awful.
Speaking of like rebooting old things.
Yeah, actually.
There we go.
Is that a lack of creativity, or is this the... Okay, we actually needed it done well and told well.
We're doing the video game made movie, or are those both?
Yeah, they're
Street
both.
Fighter and Mortal Kombat are video games, right? Yeah, they were big in the 90s.
Now all we need is a Tekken. Give us Tekken, and we got the holy trinity right there of punch, 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 punch. It'd be great, honestly. Stupid and fun, but great.
Yeah.
If we're gonna merge fighting films, I look forward to Raging Bull 2, the birth of Rocky. Well, it's not merging. Wait, did you like the second trailer better?
Trailers for what?
For Street Fighter. Yeah, I'd say the second trailer was better. I don't think either trailer looked great. But I liked the second trailer better. Or was I thinking a third one? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure, though. Masters of Combat, Immortals of the Universe.
That's what they need to do. Crossover. Hey, why not?
You heard it here first. You got to pay us.
You did that.
I'm just saying. It's
Farscape thing.
Literally, Alex put it in there right as I did it too. Was Farscape though is.
Oh, it's that way.
With the hiss, you got to at the same time with it. We got Contraya and just I think we've ran out of good Damien Star comments from earlier. The problem is new stuff getting ignored fast. Jupiter Ascending, stuff like that. I think also people are kind of confused with Jupiter Ascending, where they is Channing Tatum just a furry? What's going on? It was a little. That was my first thought. I was like, ooh, I'll get my code.
Oh, that made me forget what I was going to say. Anyway.
Oh, no. It's happened to us both now. Because Jupiter Ascending was a really good movie, but I was like...
Yeah. Oh, things get lost and just, there's a sea of so much content now. It's like, how do you make yourself stand out to get noticed or...
Jupiter
That's
ascending
the
is
thing. We're like
also
having the broader reach through television, just regular television, where you get more of like that's kind of been lost a little bit, that kind of community. I mean, I guess us streaming, like doing this kind of thing, kind of brings those little communities of people together to talk about their specific thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it used to be like everybody was watching Friends on Thursday night or whatever. Just that kind of thing just doesn't happen anymore, really.
Well,
or rarely.
Don't crucify me, David, but that's kind of like what I was kind of hounded on last month or the month before, where streamers have killed the shared experience, and watch parties like this are kind of some of the only time to do that. And thankfully, the young generation, Gen Z. I was like, what's the one right now? And technically, I guess
Alpha, right?
I guess Gen Alpha is the youngest one.
Yeah.
Group, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because technically, I'm a Gen Z because it goes from 96 to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand much more millennial stuff than I do Gen Z stuff. Just even though 99 was
or you're
late
that
90s.
what they call it, you're a zillennial.
Yes, I feel like that. Yeah. Because
Mm-hmm.
I understand what the Gen Z people are doing and saying.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to participate anymore. Just like, I'll go read a book. Critters is sci-fi, more critters, I say. This is true. I don't know why critters just made me brain fart, but it did. Whatever I was saying before then. Something.
Yeah. I think we're past the hour and a half. I think our brains are starting
our
to
bandwidth is
out. Yeah. Yes.
Ultimately, though, I do really like, of course, if y'all couldn't tell, we kind of just went right into the topic today. Lucas was not able to come on today. We're trying to get him in here as soon as possible to have these discussions for Paradise. We will talk about Paradise Season 2 this coming week. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited. Paradise Season 3, real quick, if we want to mention that, did just have Elijah Wood, and who else was it? It was somebody else. It was Elijah Wood and somebody.
Was it like a teaser trailer or just a...
It was either just an image or it was a quick little teaser trailer. I didn't click on the article. I didn't click on anything else.
All right, something else. Whoa. What was that? You sound all digitized and weird.
That any better?
Yeah, that's good.
How about, is that good or no?
That's fine. It sounds a little quiet. You might want to turn up a bit. But...
Oh, what in the world?
It was weird. It went all fuzzy. Like it was, at first I thought it was playing like a different feed, it sounded like, and then and then it sounded all digitized. It was weird. Anyway, okay. And I was doing something on my phone. I was looking at, because I was looking up about the Paradise thing on my phone, and then the app, and I thought, oh crap, did my phone like screw up something?
Just, I don't know. Nothing changed on my end on that one. That was kind of funky. Mm-hmm. And some of these classes I've had on Zoom.
The chick from Supergirl, Melissa Benoit.
Melissa Benoit, that's right.
Benoit, however you pronounce it, yeah.
Miss Benoit.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I know that is because I guess it might be French, and I don't know any French really, but
yeah,
Cajun French I understand to a degree, and not understand to a degree. I grew up around Cajun French people, and their names I can pronounce, and that's about how I got that. Skynet is taking over. Surprise, surprise. Peter says, I, for one, welcome our robot overlords. Damn it.
Here we go.
Alex, you're never going to live that one down from David there. What were we saying again?
I don't know. We keep doing that. We were talking about the image from season 3, Paradise.
That's right. Melissa Benoist, Elijah Wood.
But but we don't want to look at it till we watch season 2. So
is where the hell Sterling K. Brown is? Do I even need to? I have to watch and start season 2, so I guess I shouldn't ask any of these questions just yet.
No.
But
don't want to know.
That intrigued me a lot, and I can't wait to talk about it with Greg and see how pissed off he is. It's gonna be so much fun.
Yeah, I'm just curious where it's gonna go. I mean, I've seen the first episode of season 2, so I kind of know. Like, anyway, it'll be interesting to see where it goes.
Paradise is it's a tricky mistress, they would say. I think so far, at least in Greg's world, we were like, hey, it's fun, we're enjoying it, and then the second he brings up the thoughts, we're like, well,
maybe a little.
You got a point here, and here.
Yeah,
but ultimately, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I still enjoy. I think overall, it's still.
I think week to week is a better way to watch it, and I'm gonna try not to watch too many episodes back to back until next Friday, because we have 8 episodes to watch. So I'll have. I'm either gonna watch 2 today, or 2 next Thursday evening, and 1 a night for the rest. And I think that's gonna be a better digestion process than trying to binge the show and really seeing the glaring issues arise at times in the production aspect of things. Ultimately, though, you won't see it coming. Really? Okay. Intriguing. Very intriguing. By the end of season 4 of Paradise, there will be Sarah meeting Chewbacca. That's just part of our photos now, by the way. Ultimately, though, of course, I think that's where I was before we started talking about Paradise for a second. Was Lucas was not able to make it today. Hopefully, he'll be able to make it this coming Friday or the following Friday, and whatever week accordingly, we will do the discussion of Paradise season 2 accordingly there. And that's gonna be fun to talk about with Greg. Today we ended up getting these topics kind of off a whim. David, Littlefinger right there, helped us find a few, and we have 1 or 2 other really good dystopian ones to talk about. One other really good creatures and cryptids topic, but this one felt prevalent in general. Obviously, with Planet of the Apes being announced as a reboot, fairly pertinent. Oh, it's dystopian. I like Planet of the Apes is kind of both dystopian and creatures and cryptid. A lot of dystopian sci-fi, I think, will have some creatures we can talk about, creatures and cryptids, and that's going to be a lot. Season 3 is the last for Paradise. Ooh, interessante.
I kind of like it. Don't drag it out too long.
Yeah, I like that. I prefer that, honestly. And we can talk about some of that with that nice topic that David gave us for the post-apocalyptic dystopian sci-fi kind of subgenre that has been forming specifically and growing in recent years. That being said, though, I thought, especially before we started talking about just what we'd like to reboot, what would be fun rebooting, all that kind of stuff, we had some really cool stuff in that first half of the stream. Talked about some really fun stuff in the second half and some silly stuff. But the first half, I thought was really good. Had a really good time. Too many shows have trouble finishing. Agreed. All that being said, though, we'll be back tomorrow because we decided Thursday evenings, especially when those evenings for us in the U.S. on the West Coast are already too late for those on the East Coast in the U.S. Much more so for those in the UK, being 2, 3, 4 a.m. in the morning. we figured it might be better to do our normal 10:30, 10:45, probably shooting for 10:45 tomorrow morning on Saturday for Creatures and Cryptids with Melvin and I. And that's going to be us diving into some dragons, which is going to be fun. Are they science fiction? Or are they a little bit science fact? Not necessarily are dragons fire-breathing monsters. Smog is not science fiction, of course. But were dragons real in the sense of, were they dinosaurs? Was it
What
a
was
reptile that survived past dinosaurs?
The movie with Matthew McConaughey with the dragons? What was that called?
My other favorite is Rain of Fire, of course.
Rain of Fire. That's what
So
I should
good.
call that.
So
I have
good.
seen it. I did like it.
That's not the best movie in the world,
No, but it's kind of fun.
but it's my if I don't have very many movies that are like comfort films, you know, because most of the time I'm like, I like film for making me uncomfortable. I'll just watch something new or revisit a film with a new light kind of deal. Very rarely do I just sit down and just say, I'm going to watch this. That's why Lord of the Rings and Braveheart and Hunt for the Wilder People and stuff like that are so good. Because I can just sit down, not turn my brain off, but also get all the goodness, you know?
Yep.
Rain of Fire happens to be a comfort movie. Not because you get all the goodness, like the other ones that just are feel good at the same time of being these epic things. It's just badass and fun. And it's Matthew McConaughey with a bald head and a big old beard. And it's Christian Bale and Gerard Butler before they were Christian Bale and Gerard Butler.
Yes.
Actually, Christian Bale has been Christian Bale since Empire of the Sun. Steven Spielberg. That's still my favorite Spielberg movie. Real quick, before we do housekeeping for this week, what's your favorite Spielberg movie? And
I don't
what's
know.
your favorite Spielberg sci-fi?
I'd have to refresh my memory on what movies are his movies.
I can look this up real quick. Spielberg movies. My favorite film of his is Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, that's really good.
Now, my favorite sci-fi.
When does Disclosure Day come out? Soon.
Yes, it comes out while I'm gone as well.
Probably the Indiana Jones. Which one was it? The
which one? Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
Which one?
What's the one right there on the screen?
That's Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Oh, okay.
He did do the first three as well.
Oh, okay. Indiana Jones. All of them.
Okay.
Well, maybe not the Crystal Skull. That one. But
I didn't realize The Color Purple was before Empire of the Sun.
I guess
thought
Raiders of the
Color
Lost Ark is the best one of those, but they're all pretty good.
This is true.
The first
Last
and the
Crusade
third,
has some
second.
lovers too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite Spielberg
that's-
has to be
that's
Empire of the
good.
Sun. My favorite Spielberg
Yeah, it's good too.
sci-fi,
Mhm.
Duel and Close Encounters. Oh, nice. All right.
Ooh, I would have to say Close Encounters too, probably. For sci-fi.
Damn right.
Mhm.
You think Close Encounters for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I really do like Ready Player One. I really like Ready Player One. I
It was okay. I just
would rather watch it than Close Encounters.
I would have liked a little bit better representation of the book than it was, but it wasn't horrible.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Oh, Schindler's List. Oh God.
Oh, it's so good.
I don't think I've ever watched that again because it's just it's so good, but like so depressing. Like, are you ever going to be in a mood to watch that movie again? I don't think
in a
so.
mood. No.
No, unless you're looking to put yourself in a very, yeah. I don't. I just haven't. It was really good, but so depressing.
Yeah, I think I'm fond of Ready Player One the way it is. I am. because it's one of the last movies I was able to get my mom into that she would actually sit down and watch a movie with that she didn't fall asleep. Because most of the time we go see a movie, which is very rare, because it's hard to get her to go to the movies. It's a nap time for her, and I get it, but she did not sleep for a second of Ready Player One, which was fun. I don't know. I really like artificial intelligence, AI.
Oh, depressing.
But
It's too
Minority
depressing.
Report.
That has that really gross part in it that I just can't deal.
I love Close Encounters. I think it's either E.T. or Minority Report for me. Very different films. Very different films. Both.
E.T. would be up there on my list. I saw there was Always on there. I didn't realize that he directed Always for whatever. I've only seen that movie maybe like once or twice, but for some reason that movie came to my mind the other day. I don't remember what brought it up, but I was like, oh, I didn't realize he did that movie.
I don't think I've ever seen Always. And did he direct the Jurassic World: The Lost World movie? Oh, he directed that film? Oh.
Yeah, that's one of those that
I
would
like
probably be
Lost World.
lower on the list. The original Jurassic Park, yes.
Wait. Am I crazy? Did I not realize he directed Jurassic Park? Or is that just
I'm
like
not sure I knew that too, but yeah, he did. Okay. That's what they're saying, right? Yeah. Hook is really good too. I remember loving that. Yeah, but allergies.
Oh my god! Talk about sneezing.
Right. Anyway, I really got to get out of here.
Okay, well, I'm going Jurassic Park for my favorite sci-fi form. I didn't realize I knew he produced them. I completely forgot about that. Oh my. Yeah, Always and Amistad, I think, are the two I have never seen from Spielberg. I've seen everything else. No, actually, I have not seen The Post either, or West Side Story. Oops, there's 4. Doubled it.
Disclosure Day looks interesting. That might become the new sci-fi. But what was the date that was being released again? I think you just said.
June.
Oh, you said June. Anyway, whatever. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heyo. Jaws and Jurassic Park, perfect two right there.
Yeah.
The super fast
There's a lot of
housekeeping we have for you, of course, is Creatures and Cryptids tomorrow, Sci-Fi Sundays on Sunday, and honestly, we might dive into a bit of this on Sunday as well, and kind of bring some of those topics to whoever else is joining us, because I think Jamie wanted to talk a little bit about shows similar to Stargate to watch to entice you into being
Or there's
ready.
been was there a list or something of sci-fi shows and debate
And,
that list.
That'll be fun to go over, and I think it'll lead into a good reboot conversation, and we can kind of do a little bit of what we talked about today. Today, excuse me. Went from sneezing to hiccups. Great. Happy Friday. So Saturday, Creatures and Cryptids. Sunday, of course, we'll see you for Sci-Fi Sundays. Monday, for our Patreon members.
Yes, we're right now.
We're watching the final 3 episodes of Farscape, the series. The final 3 episodes of Farscape. Why do I still think one's going to be weird and stupid? But I'm just really excited at the same time.
Probably will. Well, I think we just started a 3-parter. We watched part 1 of a 3-parter, so we're going to watch part 2 and 3, and then whatever
The finale. That
I'm assuming. I mean, they knew they were making Peacekeeper Wars, and maybe just sets that up.
I'm assuming sums up a lot and also sets the stage. So it's going to be a weird one. It's going to be a weird one for sure. I'm intrigued to see what that's going to look like. But that's our Monday. Tuesday, we're going to be hanging, I think, just normal Tuesday. Wednesday, we did SciTrek Maneuver last week, so Stargate Outpost is coming this week. And I think
We had an idea. Now I can't remember what it was. Maybe we'll remember by next Wednesday.
Well, because it's going to be our first Wednesday of the month, so we could watch a fan film. Or, like we did for the Warriors of Stargate, we could do for the Scientists of Stargate or the leaders of Stargate. We could kind of pick a type of character trope in Stargate that is continuously prevalent and talk about the best variations of those characters in each show. So, y'all let us know what you'd like to see. If y'all would rather talk about some cool characterizations in Stargate, or if you want to dive in and watch some more fan films, because we got options. And of course, Friday, a week from now, we're back talking Paradise. It's gonna be a good time.
Unless we have an interview.
Yeah, and we'll still be talking some Paradise at that rate, which will be nice.
Yeah. We probably should, either way should see probably season 2.
Exactly. Yeah. And one way or another, we try to go, as much space above and beyond as we can for you. What'd you say?
If I ever get around to having time to record it and then edit it.
But yeah, you don't know where to check out, Sarah. Space above and beyond. Anything else happening?
Not right now. So I'm just trying to get that going. So I'm sorry. My channel's been a little bit dead for a while.
That is all good. You are on here talking all the time, so y'all know where to see Sarah. And if you want to support her directly, go to SciFi Sarah 1. Come on. And you know what? Just because we mentioned it after stream the other day, you mentioned wanting to see the play I did a couple years ago. I will plug myself for half a second. Is just go to my personal page, just Harris McGrade on there. And this is for whenever you want to watch the play as well. Because I forgot I'd uploaded it on my YouTube page, my personal page. And it's, I think, 48 minutes, 51 minutes, something like that. It's not a long performance or anything. But it's raunchy, but it's fun. It is a very raunchy, fun play, and it's filmed in 4K, so it looks good and everything. Of course, you won't be able to hear absolutely everything because not everybody's mic'd up, and you have to have the stage mic'd in every different spot you can. Some things look better than others. There's the occasion. Greg was not our lighting person, so there is one quick lighting mishap in the first sketch, but you understand what happens really quickly, and it's really funny what the girl does right after. So y'all will enjoy it. If you have the time and want to check that out, you want to laugh over some lunch, there you go. I watched 2 or 3 sketches myself from it yesterday. It was like, oh yeah, the ones I wasn't in, I was like, okay, good. I was like, I don't want to watch myself real quick. But it was a lot of fun. All that being said, y'all know we love and appreciate y'all. This was a goofy, good one. And it really does beg the question, does SciFi have a reboot problem? Or just a creative issue? Well, yes, and yes, and yes, and kinda. Y'all know the deal. Love and appreciate y'all. Stay cosmic, SciTrekkers. And we will see you in the next video.
Bye.